world can be a dark and unsettling place. As the sun sets and the shadows grow longer, the familiar streets we walk during the day transform into something more sinister. The comforting glow of daylight is replaced by the eerie flicker of streetlights, casting long, ominous shadows that seem to move with a life of their own. We lock our doors at night, seeking refuge in the safety of our homes. The click of the deadbolt offers a momentary sense of security, a barrier between us and the unknown dangers lurking outside. We set our home security systems, hoping that technology will keep the darkness at bay. We double-check our surroundings, our senses heightened by the encroaching night. A glance over the shoulder, a quick scan of the parking lot, a peek through the window blinds, each action a small ritual to reassure ourselves that we are safe. We cling to the hope that evil remains at bay, that the horrors we hear about on the news are distant and not a part of our reality. But sometimes the unthinkable happens. The thin veneer of safety is shattered and the darkness we fear becomes all too real. The flashing lights of police cars and the stark yellow of crime scene tape signal that something terrible has occurred, a breach in the fabric of our everyday lives. Real life descends into a nightmare. Evidence markers dot the ground, each one a silent witness to the horror that unfolded. Detectives meticulously examine the scene, piecing together the fragments of a grim puzzle. The chalk outline on the ground is a haunting reminder of a life abruptly ended. These are not stories for the faint of heart. They are tales of human cruelty and unimaginable suffering, set against the backdrop of our everyday world. The dark, ominous urban environment, the empty, eerie streets, and the unsettling abandoned buildings all serve as silent witnesses to the horrors that have taken place. These are chilling true crime cases that have baffled investigators and haunted the public imagination. In police stations, investigators pore over evidence, trying to make sense of the senseless. In courtrooms, judges and juries grapple with the weight of justice, while the public watches, captivated and horrified by the unfolding drama. They remind us of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk in the shadows. A silhouetted figure in a dark alley, a person standing alone in a darkened room, a flickering streetlight in a deserted area, each image a stark reminder of the ever-present potential for danger. Join me if you dare as we delve into the abyss of human cruelty and explore the mysteries that continue to haunt our world. Together we will uncover the stories that lie hidden in the shadows, the tales of terror that refuse to be forgotten. Prepare yourself for a journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche, where the line between good and evil is often blurred, and the truth is more terrifying than fiction. February 9th, 2004. It was a cold, wintry day in New Hampshire, the kind of day where the snow blankets everything in a serene yet eerie silence. As night fell, the small town of Haverhill was enveloped in a quiet stillness, the streets covered in a thick layer of snow, reflecting the pale moonlight. On this fateful night, Maura Murray, a 21-year-old nursing student with a promising future, found herself in a dire situation. She had crashed her car on a desolate, snowy road. The accident seemed minor at first glance. The car was intact with no visible damage that would suggest a serious collision. It appeared to be just another unfortunate mishap on a slippery road. But when the police arrived at the scene, they were met with an unsettling discovery. Maura was nowhere to be found. She had vanished into the cold, dark night. Her belongings were left behind in the car, untouched. Her cell phone, credit cards, and even a book about surviving in the wilderness were all there, as if she had just stepped out for a moment. The snow around the car was undisturbed, with no footprints leading away from the vehicle. There were no signs of a struggle, no clues to indicate where she might have gone. The question that haunts everyone who hears this story is simple yet profound. What happened to Maura Murray? How could a young woman disappear without a trace on a quiet, snowy night? Theories abound, each more perplexing than the last. Some believe she ran away, seeking to escape her life and start anew. Others fear she was abducted, taken by someone with sinister intentions. And then there are those who suspect foul play, that she met with a tragic end at the hands of an unknown assailant. As the years have passed, the mystery of Maura Murray's disappearance has only deepened. The seasons have changed, but the questions remain. Her face, once a familiar sight on missing person posters, has become a symbol of unresolved grief and unanswered questions. Despite extensive searches, countless hours of investigation, and the tireless efforts of her family and friends, no answers have been found. The woods have been combed, vigils have been held, and detectives have pored over cold case files, but Maura's fate remains a chilling enigma. Her disappearance is a stark reminder that sometimes people can vanish without a trace, leaving behind only the echoes of their lives and the questions that may never be answered. March 31, 1922. A date that would forever be etched in the annals of true crime history. On this fateful day, a gruesome discovery was made at a secluded farmstead near the Bavarian town of Ingolstadt, Germany. The farm, known as Hinterkaifeck, was home to the Gruber family, who lived a quiet and seemingly uneventful life. But beneath the surface, dark secrets and ominous signs were brewing. 6 members of the Gruber family, including 2 young children, were found brutally murdered in their home. The victims were Andreas Gruber, his wife Kazilia, their daughter Victoria, Victoria's children Kazilia and Joseph, and the family's maid, Maria Baumgartner, who had only started working there the day before the murders. What made this case even more chilling was the fact that the killer remained on the farm for days after the murders. They tended to the animals, fed them, and even ate the family's food. It was as if the murderer had taken over the lives of the Grubers, living in their home and using their resources. The investigation revealed a series of strange occurrences leading up to the murders. Footsteps in the snow were found leading to the farm, but none leaving, suggesting the killer had been lurking around for some time. Neighbors reported hearing voices and footsteps in the attic, and a key to the house had mysteriously gone missing days before the tragedy. Despite a thorough investigation and numerous suspects, the case remains unsolved to this day. The police interviewed over 100 suspects, including neighbors, former lovers, and even vagrants, but no one was ever charged. The lack of clear evidence and the eerie nature of the crime scene left investigators baffled. The Hinterkaifeck murders stand as a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places. The farm, now long abandoned, still draws the curious and the brave, all seeking to uncover the truth behind one of Germany's most infamous unsolved crimes. The story of the Gruber family serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that may never be solved. March 1998. The Rhapsody of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, sails the Caribbean. Among the passengers, 23-year-old Amy Lynn Bradley, enjoying a family vacation. One morning, Amy vanishes from the ship. Her disappearance is a baffling mystery. Witnesses report seeing her on deck with an older man, but he is never identified. Theories range from accidental overboard to abduction, even human trafficking. Despite extensive searches and media attention, Amy's fate remains unknown. Her disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the vastness and indifference of the sea, where secrets go to be swallowed whole. Echoes in the darkness, the unsolved cases. These are just a few of the countless true crime cases that continue to haunt us. The victims, their families, and the unanswered questions linger in the public consciousness. These cases remind us that the world is not always a safe and predictable place. They force us to confront the darkness that exists within humanity and the fragility of our own existence. The psychology of fear, why we're drawn to true crime. Why are we so drawn to these tales of horror and mystery? Perhaps it's the adrenaline rush, the morbid fascination with the macabre, or maybe it's the desire to understand the darkness, to find meaning in the chaos. Whatever the reason, true crime stories hold a powerful grip on our collective imagination. They force us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature and the world we live in. They remind us that evil exists, but so does hope, resilience, and the pursuit of justice. The ripple effect. True crime's impact on society. The impact of true crime extends far beyond entertainment. These stories can spark important conversations about crime prevention, victim advocacy, and the criminal justice system. They can shed light on societal issues and inspire change. The importance of memory, keeping victims alive. By remembering the victims and telling their stories, we honor their lives and keep their memories alive. We refuse to let their stories be forgotten or their voices silenced. The search for justice fueling investigations. Public interest in true crime can also help fuel investigations and bring perpetrators to justice. The power of the crowd, the collective desire for answers, can sometimes lead to breakthroughs in cold cases. Tips from the public, renewed media attention, and the tireless work of investigators can all contribute to solving even the most perplexing mysteries. The dark side of humanity, confronting evil. True crime forces us to confront the dark side of humanity, the potential for evil that exists within us all. It's a sobering reminder that monsters don't always lurk in the shadows, sometimes they walk among us, hiding in plain sight. The thin, blue line respect for law enforcement. These stories also highlight the dedication and bravery of law enforcement officers, forensic experts, and everyone who works tirelessly to solve these crimes and bring justice to the victims. They are the ones who run towards danger, who confront the darkness head-on, and who dedicate their lives to making the world a safer place. Conclusion: lingering shadows. The stories we've explored are just a glimpse into the vast and unsettling world of true crime. They serve as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows, the fragility of life, and the importance of seeking justice for the victims. While these stories may haunt us, they also remind us of the resilience of the human spirit, the importance of community, and the unwavering pursuit of truth. Even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, and the search for answers, for justice, must never cease.